Play the intro. Play the classic intro music.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'm a cool dog.
Welcome back to the COOLDOG Podcast with your hosts, Hooverr and
Jay Leno.
Jay Leno.
Hey, David Letterman.
Jay Leno's Doghouse. It's his new show.
I got cars in my doghouse.
Anyways. Welcome everybody back to the COOLDOG Pod, the COOLDOG Experience, the Joe Rogan Experience. Today we have so much to go through, but before we start, Hooverr, what is your comment of the week from last week's episode?
My favorite comment was by Holly Andy, who said, Mr. Beast should sell Bob Burger. You know? I think, that's a pretty... That's a pretty good comment. I think, if Mr. Beast Burger had like a collaboration with Bob's Burgers, I think that'd be pretty cool.
The way they said it is really funny. Mr. Beast should sell Bob Burger.
They should.
You ever watch Bob Burger?
Yeah. Remember when me and you first talked at Weston and Kellen, and then we did that fucking script reading of Bob's Burgers?
Yeah, first ever call we had with them.
Pretty crazy stuff.
Pretty crazy how that led to
me living
you
in their
moving
house.
to Austin.
I know. Pretty crazy stuff. Life works in mysterious ways.
It really does. It's been a crazy week. If you want to be next week's COOLDOG comment of the week, make sure to leave a cool comment. Tell us what you thought about the episode.
The podcast,
like the podcast. Give us 5 stars on Apple
Subscribe.
Podcast.
On Bob's Burgers. Give us a 5 stars on Bob's Burgers.
Exactly. So we're gonna. I asked for some topics and questions from you guys, and we'll go through them as we move today. I also want to start off by saying that the reception to last week's podcast was very heartwarming. Everybody loved it.
So fun.
One of the most beloved podcasts, and it was very funny. I had a lot of fun with that. I hope you did too.
I did have a lot of fun. I loved how your lamp is now just broken in the background.
It is. It's permanently screwed.
Because I still to this day did not know it was glass. I didn't know at the time that it was glass. I always had the assumption that it was plastic, and then you just ripped it off and it was glass.
No, yeah, it was always glass, and then I cut my hand when I did that little bit, and then I was actually bleeding the whole episode a little bit, but I powered through it because that's how much I love my audience, my cool dogs.
That's brave, man. That's brave.
So let's start off today's episode with a bit of a bummer news, the Alec Baldwin situation. So if you have somehow lived under a rock for the last week and you have somehow missed out on the fact that Alec Baldwin killed somebody
on accident,
allegedly.
Allegedly, true.
Details are still a little bit hazy, but basically it was on a movie set and a prop gun misfired and hit the director of photography, as I believe was her official title. It hit her in the shoulder, and it also hit the director of the film. But the director of the film only got injured. But unfortunately, the cinematographer passed.
That's insane.
Yeah, I have a New York Times article about it. Let me just what we know. The shooting happened during a rehearsal for a scene in Rust. Mr. Baldwin fired the gun, striking the cinematographer Helena Hutchins in the chest and the director Joel Souza in the shoulder. Miss Hutchins, 42, was airlifted to a hospital in Albuquerque where she died. Mr. Souza, 48, was taken by ambulance to a hospital in Santa Fe and was released on Friday. And yeah, the craziest part about this is at first it came out and everybody was like, oh my God, who could be responsible for this? So Alec Baldwin not only was he acting in the movie, he was also a producer on the movie.
Yeah.
And as the week passed, and I think it was just a few days ago now, but as time has passed, more news have come out about the set and what it was like on the set, and that apparently Well, basically, it's this. Days earlier, a handful of crew members had walked off the set over general working conditions, according to several people involved in the production and a theatrical union official. Crew members had complained to producers about long work days, often exceeding 13 hours, and delayed
Oh my
paychecks.
God.
Some also said the production company had failed to book hotel rooms near the set, meaning they had to drive about an hour to their homes after long, physically demanding days. And this isn't even the craziest part. Earlier in that week, the same week, there were at least 2 accidental gun discharges on the set on October 16th, days before the fatal shooting, according to 3 former members of the film's crew. The discharges occurred inside a cabin used as a set location, and Miss Hutchins was among the production team members inside. The former crew member said the discharges prompted a complaint to a supervisor about the safety practices on set.
Crazy.
So basically, it was already...
Shit was acting crazy. And then...
That's like kind of a crazy thing to just like have already multiple misfires, and they're just like,
no big deal.
What's the worst that can happen?
It's no big deal. Let's just you know what? For this take, Alec, I want you to put a real bullet in this gun and then shoot it. Like literally, like is that not like what happened? Also, is like apparently like they're like actual live rounds like on set or some shit.
Yeah, that's what people are saying. That is that it contained a live round.
It's like I don't even know why that should be a thing.
But it doesn't fully clarify that it was a bullet, because I was also like, so what is like what are the rounds called? The ones that are not live, the blanks. Like, can blanks do any damage? I watched like a YouTube video of some like gun enthusiast. He did like a 20-minute video where he like tested different blanks on targets, and I'll tell you, dude, blanks, if they're close range enough, they do damage, man. They like, because the blank itself, like, because even though there's not a bullet inside it, the blank itself kind of like blows up, and then little like pieces of like metal shrapnel still fly out of the gun. So yeah, because this is how also like Bruce Lee's son passed. Did you know that Bruce Lee's son?
Yeah, I heard about that. It was the exact same way.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it was very much in the same exact way. It was somebody that I follow who was in a film, they were talking about how it's just kind of insane that the gun was like pointed at anybody in the first place, because so I'm talking about Abra. She was in a movie called Assassination Nation, I think, or something like that. And she was talking about how when they had to use guns on that film set, like there were literally like every person that was holding a gun also had a professional next to them, in case, because you weren't allowed to point the gun at anybody, even if it was confirmed that it was empty. It was just pointing the gun at anybody was a no-go. So it's just kind of crazy that he pointed the gun at anybody, and also like the fact that he fired it when it was aimed at somebody. Like this article says, like, what we don't know is what type of projectile the gun contained. We don't know whether it was live ammunition, a blank, or something else. Who loaded the gun? Who was responsible for the false conclusion that it wasn't loaded? We know from the sheriff's office affidavit that the assistant director called it a cold gun when handing it to Mr. Baldwin, but we do not know whether he made that assessment personally or whether he received bad information from somebody else.
That is actually insane. Like, I you know what's kind of weird is like it's like I don't know really how much details I can give. I have a similar situation to that with Henry, our fucking friend Henry, because remember, basically we were going to do a prank, or like for my video I was going to do, it was like going to be like a David Dobrik thing, and David Dobrik's known for like shooting paintballs. Yeah, and then I like told him basically like don't load it or whatever, and like we're just gonna shoot it, and then it's gonna be like a blank or whatever, or like actually no. Okay, so what happened was I loaded it. It was loaded. I told him it was loaded, and I just told him to like shoot the ground or something like that because I don't want him to shoot anybody. And then we were like setting up the prank, and then he shoots my friend, and my friend's like, "What the hell?" And I'm like, "No, it wasn't me. Like I didn't mean him. He thought that it was empty basically, and it was just gonna shoot a blank." And then he actually shot him instead of the ground too, and then I got on this whole big fucking argument. It's like I don't know how a professional person could ever do that, but I'm a
Oh
fucking
yeah,
teenager.
yeah. That is, especially when it's like, I mean, a real gun.
A
That's
real
like,
gun, yeah, like not a paintball gun that kind of hurts. A
yeah,
real gun, like despite the fact that it has blanks or whatever, and it's used for a movie, it's still a real gun. Like you're still using it, and it can hurt. That's crazy.
yeah. I gun safety. I personally, I don't even see the hype behind gun ranges. I don't really see myself wanting to go to one.
Yeah.
Really, I don't really feel like every time. One time I was in America. One of our, I think it was when we were in Florida. Me and Nick, we hung out with somebody, and he said we got to go to a bar shooting range, and I could not believe that was real. It's a shooting range that has a bar,
That is actually terrifying.
and I was like, I would like to like go home alive, not in a casket, thank you.
Especially
Like,
in Florida too. Like that is like a lot of loony people going there getting a fucking shot of vodka, a couple of
I
shots
know,
in them,
right?
and then they take a shot to the heart.
How is that in any way responsible or like legal? Or was
Yeah,
was
I
that,
don't know how that's allowed. That
or
shouldn't
was
be
it?
allowed.
Yeah, that 100% should not be allowed. That's just like insane.
I feel like even like Top Golf is pretty crazy. Like being able to drink and then hit a fucking golf ball like just out in the open. Like,
Dude,
that's even crazier enough for Americans.
you know what I hate? Disc golf, man. I hate people who play disc golf. I hate people
You
who
hate
talk about
Marcus
it.
Brownlee?
Well, he plays the Frisbee Ultimate League. He plays the
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
he does that thing, which is actually pretty cool. I've watched a little bit of it. But I don't think I mind disc golf in itself. I just hate the people that play it because they're always like I don't know what it was. Like I think in like 2014 or 2015, like every straight man in Estonia just started playing disc golf, and like half of them have not recovered from it. Like they just were always like I remember like
Never
I would
recovered.
I would hang out with like family members, and then they would open their trunk and they would have like so many discs in there, and they would have like their whole like disc golf like setup, and it was just like
That's funny.
so weird.
I remember being fascinated with frisbees and stuff because I used to watch Dude Perfect, and then they had this guy on one time called Brody Smith 21.
They would
Who was
have
like
a guy like that on.
He's like he does like frisbee trick shots, and basically it's Dude Perfect versus Brody Smith, and Brody Smith would like get the fucking frisbee and like chuck it from like half court and like make it in the fucking basketball hoop, and I was like, that is insane. That's so cool. So then
Wow.
I like got a frisbee, and I would go to my backyard and like fucking stand from like 100 feet away and just like start chucking a frisbee like an idiot, just trying to make it in the back or in the basketball goal. And I was like, dude, I want to go frisbee golfing so bad, but I never did. I'm kind of glad.
Maybe you could have gone down like a horrible route where you wear like cargo shorts and you like wear like
What's
a
wrong with
little,
cargo shorts?
You know, I like cargo pants. Cargo shorts, I don't know.
I haven't worn cargo shorts or pants. I feel like 10 years.
Yeah, me neither. But I kind of want to get cargo pants. Like I don't know, it just seems kind of cool.
All the pockets, all the compartments.
All the pockets, like I could put all my different. I could sort my coins. I could put all my different coins in different pockets.
The Euro pocket, dollars pocket.
Exactly. Now I really got to get it.
Buy some right now.
I want to sit on it a little bit.
No, man, this is an impulse decision. You know, you talked about it on your podcast. You got to buy them right now.
I just like now
what
that
color would you get them?
Ooh, I'll get.
That's like I feel like a big up in the air thing. If it's like tan cargo pants, like you got to rock those.
I could pull off tan cargo pants if I put on a cool shirt.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Drew Phillips wears like tan ones, I think, and he looks good in those.
Dark green ones. I love dark green, like colored things. I don't
True.
know why. It's a cool color.
I love blue pants. Like I have blue shorts. I want to get like blue chinos. Like I just love blue.
I like
blue everything.
navy blue. Like this color, like if I could like have like a full outfit of navy and it was acceptable, I would.
What is Adam Sandler holding up in that picture?
Dayquil.
Oh.
I literally have no clue what this photo's from, but I just love Adam Sandler. I thought it was funny.
Oh, that's cool.
You know.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
yeah. You know,
yeah. I mean, okay.
Yeah. Okay, David Letterman. Okay.
Oh, God damn it. I was about to do like one of those David Letterman laughs, and it didn't happen. That whole gun story has me thinking about like damn, like I really did do a lot of really irresponsible stuff when I was a kid, because I just like I got to roam freely. Like
when I was a kid, I used to tell people that I had real life Pokemon, and then I used to fucking lie to people and say that I had a Pikachu in my garage, and people would believe me and say that they had a Charizard in their house, and I'd be like, no way.
I used to smoke cigarettes.
And you know, that's just the comparison of childhoods in life.
Yeah,
But you gotta love it.
I never cared about Pokemon growing up. I used to like watch it, but I was always like, Bakugan's better.
I loved Pokemon. I got a fucking Game Boy Advance when I was, God, how old was I? Maybe like first grade, because my nana gave it to me for my birthday. And then we went down to the shop that sells like old video games, and it sold Pokemon Fire Red, and I got it and I played it nonstop, and I love that game so much. Probably one of my favorite games of all time. Like, in amount of hours I put into it, probably one of my top 10 easily.
I do wish that I got more into the Pokemon games, because they do seem fun. Because there was like a Bakugan game for like the Nintendo DS, and I played it on an emulator, and it was so much fun. It was like everything I could have asked for in a Bakugan game. I just love Bakugan, man.
I never got into Bakugan. You know what I got into though? Beyblades. I love
Beyblades were sick.
I think that when you come here, we should get a Beyblades like little like arena.
Oh my god, we should do a Twitch tournament.
That's what I was saying, dude. We go to fucking Target like once a week. Like, they love their Target. So then I always go and I always see the Beyblades. I'm like, should I get it? It's $50. Never mind. But if we got a tournament together for Beyblades, that would literally be so cool.
Oh yeah, we get like Simply to compete. We get all these like awesome people to compete.
Oh yeah,
It'd be sick.
Tear it up.
He would be so happy with it.
I would love to see that. Would.
I was thinking about I accidentally like really sent myself down my childhood trauma rabbit hole when I started talking about my gun experience.
Go ahead.
But I was thinking about how so literally I think the first time I smoked cigarettes was when I was like 6 years old. 6 years old, or maybe like 5 or 6 years old. And it was because my neighbor, it was this girl that was like 13 or 14. And we would just like hang out sometimes. And then she would smoke cigarettes. And then she was like, she put me on to cigarettes. And then it was like weird, because I remember I ran into her when I was like older, when I was like 15 or 16. And she was like really happy to see me. And I was kind of like, man, I was like thinking the whole time, I was like, man, you made me smoke cigarettes when I was like 5 years old. Smoke
cigarettes. That's badass.
I honestly, like, everybody always like says like, oh, the first time I smoked cigarettes, like I got really sick and I felt gross. But I was just kind of like, tastes like ass. I don't know. I don't really get the hype behind it. I don't get why the adults do it.
It's because it's cool. All right, it's not supposed to taste good. It's supposed to look cool, man.
It is. It is actually really cool. Like, I'm not even gonna argue with that. Like, yes, it will kill you, and yes, it's like literally one of the worst things ever made. But
you look cool. You look super cool when you're fucking.
You look cool, and it's just so awesome. Like, I maybe would consider myself like a bit of a social smoker. Like, there are times where like I'm at a party and somebody's like puffing a cigarette and they offer it to me, and like I'll be like, okay, all right, I'll do it a little bit. But
a little cigarette.
A little like, and then oh my god, that's not tobacco.
This is an acid cigarette. You go,
oh yeah, that's like in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where it was like the acid dip
cigarette.
Yeah. Tipped. I have a fucking problem. I always mispronounce it when I'm like tipped. I just have like
tip. Oop. Sorry. Let's move on.
Well, the other topic I have noted down is the Valkyrae situation, which was the reflect skin.
I do think that blue light, it hurts my eyes, but doesn't hurt my face. And does Valkyrae have the research? Truly.
Try putting that that blue light sunscreen into your eyes. See what happens.
Would that like actually like burn my eyes? Like what would happen if I did that?
It would definitely probably not be comfortable. It would probably be
You're probably right.
a little bit uncomfortable. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not like fully like 100% researched on the Valkyrae topic. I watched a little bit of her response stream, and it kind of proved that if you're a streamer and you're in trouble and you need to like put out a statement or you need to explain yourself or you need to like never do it on live stream. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
It's not a good move, even if you are right. You're just like it because it's hard. You have people in chat that are just attacking you. They're like, "Oh my god." Well, I guess we should also explain what the situation was. Basically, Valkyrae put out a yeah, because we're like already like entering all these rabbit holes.
Hey, listen, she's in right here, and then we're like, well, hold on, skincare, well, blue light.
She basically released this I guess sunscreen face cream type of thing called Reflect.
Like skincare stuff, yeah.
And it was based on the fact that apparently sitting in front of your monitor, the blue light that emits from your monitor is bad for your skin, and this cream is like good at kind of helping you with it. But then as soon as it came out, everybody was like, wait a minute, that's not true. It's not like it doesn't really do anything, the blue light. That's like a kind of a pseudoscience, and it's like it's like one of those things where it's like, you know, made up, so you buy the product and you believe in it and you like whatever. And then it turned out that like Valkyrae herself was like really confused, and the website wasn't like, there were a lot of like shady things on the website.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know, it's a whole ass mess. And that's why I will never sell my viewers anything.
This episode is brought to you by Audible.
See, Audible is kind of fair game. Like, what are you gonna like?
Dude, fucking audiobooks are dope. But
yeah, when you got radiation from books.
I don't know. I don't know anything about skincare. I'm a gamer, like Ludwig said. But I do think like I do feel bad for Valkyrae because it does seem like she's kind of been led astray.
She definitely has been led astray. I think it is kind of like I don't think it's a black and white situation. Like I do think she should be held responsible. She should be kind of, you know, people should raise their eyebrow. But also at the same time, like I think there's a lot of people that are sending her hate when they don't even really care about the situation. They're just kind of looking to hate on somebody.
Yeah, literally, it's not like the people that are hating weren't going to buy it if it worked to begin with. You know what I mean?
True.
Like
that is true.
There's people that just find the situation and it's like, oh, big streamers doing this. This is fucked up. I'm going to go to their chat and hate on them for no reason.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah. It's not. I don't know. It just feels like it's like a constant cycle where it's like somebody screws up and then the whole internet dog piles onto them. Like, and it's like, you know, I'm not saying that people shouldn't be held accountable. It's just that it's just like, it's kind of exhausting how people keep, like, you can tell that a lot of people, they just find it really fun to dogpile onto people. And I think it's easy to be like, oh my God, I love this kind of drama. When you know, because it's like, I feel like it's really easy to take the human side out of content creators and just kind of make it into a whole big meme.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm just getting a little bit tired of the cycle because literally, like Miskiv said, like next week somebody else will screw up. Hassan will say something stupid, or Miskiv will do something dumb, and then everybody will have moved on, and like everybody will have forgotten the Valkyrae stuff. I did think it was kind of like apparently, like this is what I was talking about, like how the stream isn't like a good idea. Is that like Valkyrae was apparently like I'm going on some like weird tangent about how like some people aren't her real friends or whatever.
Yeah, I did see that. She's like, you know, this situation has really taught me like who my real friends are, or like talking about like who's reached out or whatever, and like some people not reaching out to her and shit like that. Like she's like, yeah, it really opened my eyes, this whole situation, to the fakes in my life, the snakes in the grass.
Oh my God. Oh, and
if I had a skincare line and I fucked up, would you reach out to me?
I mean, yeah, I would reach out and privately, but publicly I would distance myself.
Publicly, you say Hoover's on hiatus from COOLDOG.
You got to keep up appearances, man.
You know, I get it, man. I get it. You know, it's fine. No, it's no big deal. Really.
I just pulled up an article that says XQC defends Twitch streamers not supporting Valkyrae over Reflect drama. It's interesting reading an article about XQC because it's like I always just hear his voice. I don't read like quotes from him.
Yeah, like an actual article. It's like, don't look, Reflect sucks, dude.
Yeah, because like this article, like it makes him sound like he talks normal. Because like, here's a quote by him: like, if there's a problem with the product and the fact checking, that's kind of like her job. He said, but in reality, it's like, if there's a problem with the product and the fact checking, that's kind of like her problem, dude.
I like some of them Valkyrae streams. What you know about skincare?
If you sign contracts and you take on a job or a responsibility, it is literally the responsibility of your job. To illustrate his point, he described a hypothetical scenario in which he made a game that turned out weird.
What? A game that turned out weird? What does that mean?
Yeah. Dude, if I made a game that turned out like weird, dude.
That's on me. That's on me, dude. All my shit.
He claims none of his friends would contact him to criticize him or support the game in private, and he wouldn't expect them to because it's his responsibility. I don't blame them for not doing it either because it's my fucking job. I signed the papers. I signed the contract. I did it on my own. It's my battle. I am solo. I don't assume the whole squad is on my side, and now we're fighting together. It's just not how it works.
Damn, so this man actually playing solos.
He is, yeah, I mean...
Nobody's there to back him up, is what he's saying.
Like, I guess so. Anyone. And then Pokemon and Valkyrae. I think like one of the people that Valkyrae was throwing shade at was Pokemon, and I was like, oh my god, my queens are fighting. No.
Yeah, I remember you're like actually like texting me and you're like, I'm really stressed out. Like, I don't like how my streamer girls are fighting. Like, dude, grow up. It's about skincare.
Oh my god. Wow. Apparently Valkyrae had to delete the VOD because of she opened up too much about the legal stuff.
Really? Oh my god.
Apparently, yeah.
I think Miskiff also deleted his VOD too, because I was like seeing how Valkyrae tweeted Miskiff like thank you, and I was like, what the fuck did Miskiff do? And I was like trying to look back at the VOD and see like if he talked to her, but then it was deleted.
I think what Miskiff did was that the stream was like getting that bad that Miskiff apparently like told her to go offline.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It was and then like yeah, I think that's what that was related to. It's just a mess. Like pro tip number 1, just do a twit longer, man. Like I understand wanting to do a stream because you want to be more genuine, but like you're under a lot of pressure when you're live, and you're gonna stumble over your words, and you're stumbling over your words in a moment where everybody's trying to pick at every word you say. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna dig yourself a hole. Just do a twit longer. People will understand.
Or just do a twit longer first and then do a stream, and then
yeah,
you can look at your twit longer be a reference to like what you're talking about.
That is true. Like let the situation mellow a little bit, because on the internet, what it always is the news comes out and everybody's anger or like whatever is at their peak, and then like the next day they've calmed down a little bit and they'll be like, okay, what happened here? Like, is really Valkyrae actually like the most evil person on the planet?
And the answer is yes, she is, because she fucking made a skincare product that she thought would be good.
True. I mean, why? I just don't understand. Like, why didn't she call it like what? Well, why didn't they as a company advertise it as like face cream? Like I feel like
I don't know. Just maybe that's like too weird for gamers.
Ah, true. Yeah, the gamers hate cream.
They hate cream. Cream. They're like, cream is weird, dude. They call it out.
Oh my god. I guess we should get some viewer questions in from the underneath the tweet. Best Markiplier era, the one where he would cry like every 2 weeks, because every 2 weeks he would get like 1 million subs, and then like the fans would make like a new dedicated to Markiplier video, and then he would watch it, and then he would cry.
Thank you guys so much.
And then he would like yell at his editors.
Get on the fucking edit my videos. Thank you all so much. We love you, Markiplier.
Oh my god.
Edit my video for $5 an hour.
Edit my video for $5 an hour. Get it done in 30 minutes.
If you don't get it done, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Oh. And he punched the hole in the wall. He fucking smashed his car window.
Quick, hey, please get over here. Kidding, guys. We're all kidding.
Or are we? Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Well, I mean, shout out to Mark for Unisson us though. That stuff was crazy.
Shout out Markiplier for real though.
Yeah, I bought some of the merch, so
I love that photo of all the fans grabbing through the screen of Markiplier. That's one of my favorite images.
God, I wish I was what are Markiplier's fans called? Does he have a name for them?
The Pliers.
Ew. The Pliers.
The Marky Moos. I literally have no fucking... That's actually crazy, like how like PewDiePie's the bros. Does Jacksepticeye have anything?
The lads.
Laddies? Because
Oh yeah, I guess it is laddies.
My name is Jacksepticeye. But like, I don't feel like he's going around going like, they're my laddies. Y'all are my laddies.
No, probably not. Let me see. Oh, what are we called on the Markiplier subreddit? Let's see. We're going to r/Markiplier.
This dude's about to get some karma.
No way is this real.
What?
The Tickle Scrot Army or
That's not
Markiplier
it.
Heroes.
That is not it. How many upvotes does that have?
7.
Oh. That's like if I fucking said that. Like,
it has 7 upvotes. But then there's also I've always just heard Markipliers or Markiplier's Heroes. Markiplier's Heroes is like a dude. That's so gay. Markiplier's Heroes.
that is a little crazy.
That is so stupid. Markiplier's Heroes. Like, oh, you guys are my heroes. You pay my bills.
You're my heroes. You paid for my $15 million mansion.
Markiplier's Heroes. Oh my god.
You all are my heroes. It's like a Keanu Reeves thing. You're my hero.
No, you're a hero.
You're a hero.
It's like one of those stories where it's like a veteran went up to Markiplier and asked for his autograph, and Mark was like, "Not if I get your autograph first."
Only. And then Markiplier took a photo and went.
He's like, "Can I get a picture with you?"
You're my hero. God.
To be honest, I don't enjoy those kind of monikers. I'm more than happy to just stick with fan of Markiplier. I don't need some made-up word to make me feel like I belong to a group.
I do.
Like, I need to, like, find out where my other Markiplier heroes are. Dude, everybody's saying Markiplier's Heroes. There's no way this is real.
Markiplier's Heroes? I was looking for comments and fucking somebody had to put this as it literally caught me off guard talking about this. Yeah, that's crazy.
Jacksepticeye's fan base name.
Yeah, why the fuck is everyone talking about drugs? We don't
I don't
drugs.
know.
That's weird.
Jack's bosses. The hard jackers.
Okay, now that sounds terrible. The hard jackers?
Septics.
That's gross. That sounds gross. Septic is like septic tank. Like, isn't that like poop?
Like Jacksepticeye.
But like septic, like oh, that's
septic poop.
Septic tank.
Septic
tank. Septic tank is like fucking like has like a bunch of sewage in it. That's what I think of.
I mean, the eye is green, and eyes are not normally green. I'll tell you.
Septic tank poop.
I guess if people are asking about drugs, we should talk about drugs.
Okay, what's your favorite drug, man? Because you're the guy who does a lot of drugs.
I gotta say, cocaine has helped me a lot creatively.
Mm-hmm. Adderall.
Yeah, Adderall helps me like put that creativity on paper, and then I sleep at night with a bar of Xanax.
I sleep with a bong of marijuana.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I get my creative juices flowing.
That's really what it comes down to. Is you know, I don't really the only like drug that's harder than weed, I guess, that I've had experiences with is Xanax, and I didn't like it. I had oh my god, my apologies. I had a bit of a rough streak with it for a year, and I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, honestly, the only thing I can think of is like I took Vyvanse during my YouTube blow up, and it helped my subscribers. But I think legitimately, it's like it's literally like medicated crack, like cocaine.
Yeah,
like it is insane, like how focused you'll get, and then, but like when you're off of it, it's like I need it. And it's like I don't want to fucking be on that.
Exactly. Yeah, it is. It is one of those things where it's like you kind of sell your soul.
Yeah, literally,
for the benefits.
Now, like if I had it, I'd be like doing crazy YouTube numbers. But it's like once I get off of it, it's like you feel like you needed to do anything. And it's like with my other like fucking underlying health conditions, it doesn't help having that thought at all times. Like I need this one like pill to fucking make me just go live or edit a video or fucking even like call. Like it's not fun. So would not recommend. Was that on purpose? I was having a heartfelt moment about
that was a
my battle
misclick.
with a Vyvanse / Adderall, and you're like, bruh, awkward.
That was a misclick. I don't know how that they could have.
Oh no!
No, but you're right. I had a similar thing with the Xanax where I got prescribed it because I had really bad anxiety, and then I definitely started taking it way too much, more than I should have.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't like I wouldn't say I was necessarily addicted. I just abused it. I abused it when I shouldn't have been taking it. Because it was like the thing for me personally with Xanax was that it definitely made me like very kind of a zombified version of myself, but also at the same time it did work. Like I didn't feel anxious. I felt very chill.
Very
but it was just
cool.
like, you know, I you feel that enough and then you don't like it anymore. Like I've kind of that's what happened to me. And then you also find out that you can, like, if you get addicted to Xanax and you get like become dependent on it, you can die from withdrawal. So
yeah,
that's that was also another thing that I was like, I don't want to touch this ever again.
You're gone now, man.
I've never done cocaine. I've been offered cocaine at parties, but I don't want to like ever touch that.
I want to snort it. I don't want to touch it. No, I'm kidding. Don't do it.
Don't. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's you know. But here's another thing, right? Okay, I think we've learned through like 100 years of drug politics that telling people to not do it is not going to work. If somebody wants to do it, they're going to do it. So we must also, for anyone listening that wants to, if you're going to really do it, please do it safely. Mm-hmm. Test your drugs. There's a lot of crap going around, including, believe it or not, if you buy weed from like a dealer illegally or whatever, even weed has like there's a thing in Estonia where there's a big problem with synthetic weed, where it's like, I think it's like CBD. So basically it's like CBD like buds or whatever, and they're sprayed with like synthetic weed, which is like this like really shitty version of weed that gets you way more addicted, and makes you like way more dependent on it. And it actually has like some like pretty bad like side effects, like you can have like seizures or whatever.
Yeah. I've heard about that.
Yeah, you got to watch out. You got to test that stuff.
Just be careful. Be careful doing drugs.
Oh yeah. Somebody asked about the SMP. Should we talk about that?
What, sucking my penis? Yeah, I'll talk about that. No. That'll probably happen next year.
Yeah, right? that's what we were talking, because we kind of got this like we got this motivation out of nowhere to like really get into Minecraft again. But what we kind of realized is that all of us are gonna have like a pretty busy next 2 months. We're gonna be pretty busy, and with like all the holidays and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it just kind of makes more sense to do it after Christmas, and also that's when the update will be out. So
and we'll be dedicated more, because like
exactly, because I feel like we've kind of taken note of like the servers that have been around before, and like the last time when we did James Charles Supercharged, and we kind of like, we want to do it right, and we want to make a server that we can actually play on for like more than like 2 weeks, you know?
Yeah, because like legitimately we were talking about it, and I said that after Halloween we literally have to do something every single week, or there's gonna be some big things every single week. Like I won't probably be here like a whole bunch because I'll be going for Thanksgiving in December for Christmas. Like I'll be gone, and like so will everyone else be doing their own shit. So it's just like, if we even wanted to do it right now, we literally would be on it like once every like 2 weeks, and so like, it'll just die out naturally.
It would die out really fast. So it's definitely coming, because I think we've all been wanting to play Minecraft for a while. We haven't played it in months now. So it's definitely on the horizon, and I'm very much looking forward to it. We've already like made some plans for it. The Corys especially very creatively have come up with some ideas.
Yeah, they've had a couple of crazy ideas, and let's just say we got really big names. Not true at all, but like just like go around spreading like apparently like there's really big names attached, like celebrities, like people that like you see like on TV, because I think they'll get, get some more hype.
Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter's going to be on the server.
God rest his soul. R.I.P.
R.I.P. Jimmy Carter.
Not dead, but I feel like he's on his last leg.
He is 97 and he is younger than Betty White. Betty White is turning 100 in 2 months.
That's crazy. That is actually insane. Like, imagine being alive for 100 years, especially like back like in like early 1900s or whatever. Like, how much has changed in 100 years is insane to watch.
Oh yeah, but also
Crazy.
I kind of think of like Betty White's existence in the last like 10 years in pop culture. Her whole existence and her whole relevance has been tied to her dying. Like everyone's been like,
yeah,
oh,
like,
she's
I don't
old.
want her to die.
She's old. She might die. And everyone's like, is she going to make it to 100?
Yeah, I think she will. I think because also the person like that was like Stan Lee, where people are like, oh, if Stan Lee dies, like I'm gonna be so sad. And then when he did die, I was pretty sad. But I mean, no offense or anything. I feel like people kind of moved on, and I don't want to see that happen again.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? Listen, when you're fucking 98 years old or however the fuck Stan Lee was, listen, he was 95. Like, you lived a lot longer than, like, most people have lived. Like, it's sad, seriously. But, like, you got your share of the pie.
I know,
like,
you literally got the whole slice of life. Like, you did not miss out on anything.
Exactly. Like, it's, that's the thing is, like, it's sad, but it's not tragic, you know?
Yeah, it's not like, oh my god, fucking Stan Lee died in a fucking plane crash. Like, oh my god, he just fucking died.
Oh my god, Stan Lee died in a plane crash.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's how it happened. So sad.
No, I think Betty White will make it. If she doesn't, that's pretty crazy.
I know. Like, it's like you're right there. Shout out to Betty White.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't seen her in like 5 years. Are they like hiding her? What if she died like 6 years ago? They just don't want to say.
Dude, that'd be so sad. People would be like, what the fuck? We've been lied to.
Betty White. Last public appearance.
What if the last public appearance was really like 2011?
2018. She was at the Emmys. Yeah.
And she hasn't been seen since? Is this crazy?
This marked her last public appearance, though professionally she has since lent her voice to Toy Story 4 in 2019.
I hope she's doing all right.
I just saw a picture of her. Oh my god, she looks old. No offense.
Oh yeah, I mean, she's literally almost 100 years old. It's not like the rudest thing to say, but like she looks old.
It is kind of. It has always fascinated me to see all these older celebrities kind of disappear as they get old because they don't want to age in the public eye. Like Jack Nicholson, that guy has not been seen in ages. He just disappeared.
I thought he was at a basketball game recently.
Well, yeah, he probably was. He loves the Lakers, but like other than that, like I don't think he goes anywhere anymore. Let me see Jack Nicholson last public appearance.
It was. I literally think it was like the other day because it was for the Lakers.
Oh yeah, he made a rare public appearance last night in the Lakers game. Oh yeah, he looks old. Yeah, because he
Tory Lanez. This dude's with Tory Lanez.
What the hell? Didn't Tory Lanez shoot Megan Thee Stallion, or was that somebody else?
Yes.
Isn't that crazy how he just like shot her and then now like he's just fine?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It's very crazy. Anyways, let's see what else these viewers have to ask us. If Mr. Husband came on your podcast, do you think he'll give you guys money? I mean, you need it. Who's Mr. Husband?
Mr. Beast.
Why did they say Mr. Husband?
Because you made that tweet about it.
No, that was Weston.
Was it Weston? That was Weston.
Yeah, that was Weston.
It's like, would you if you did Mr. Beast, would you call him Mr. Boyfriend or husband or whatever?
Dude, I made a new
song.
I
hope so, dude. He's a fucking millionaire.
He should get. Yeah, I mean, the fact that he didn't invite me to Squid Game after replying to my tweet is pretty fucked up. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to go anyways, but
yeah.
I mean, still would have appreciated the invite. You know, it's nice to feel like you're wanted somewhere.
Mr. Beast, we do appreciate you, and we would also appreciate $1,000. You know, it's like I'm not asking for the 10,000. You could, like 1,000. Like Mizkip gave me 1,000. Who cares?
True, exactly.
Chump change.
If I was a millionaire, I'd give us money.
Yeah, exactly. Like if I saw a young, handsome, strapping lad like myself, and he came up to me and said, "You know, give me $1,000," I'd be like, "Well, what for?" And then they gave me a good enough reason. Take it.
Exactly.
My reason to live.
We should be billionaires instead of these clowns.
Dude, I think about that so often. Like, you honestly, like, I used to think about that so often when I was in school. Like, how awesome it would be if I just got a lottery ticket, I scratch it off, I win like $500 million, and that's just it. Then, like, that's my life set. Like, I don't have to work anymore. I can just do whatever the fuck I want. I don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah. That is crazy. Like,
There are people like that. But it's like, if I got it, like, I feel like I would really cherish the moment, and like I would be able to like make it last. Like,
yeah,
some people, like, they
you're
fucking
different.
spend it on whatever. I spend, I'd buy a humble car, a Tesla, buy a nice house, But then, like, that other 200 million, put that into some assets, some stocks.
So
Let
you're
that
gonna
baby
hoard it.
grow. Well, I would give some to charity. Couple thousand.
Some. How much is some?
I'll give him $2,000. That's double Mr. Beast if he was giving that to me. 2,000. No, I'd give like a couple million or so.
Yeah, I mean, if I got $500 million, I'd give like $5,000 to some gay charity, and then
The real thing is, I haven't thought of, but like I thought about like if I got, because I think about like getting like tons of money, like when I dream or like in daydreaming, like in school and shit. My whole thing was like, yeah, I want to give it to charity, but like with me, like if I was in the public eye still, like I would have to do so much research into these fucking charities, so I don't get like that fucking call out post where it's like, you donate to this charity, but they also like beat children, and I'm like, oh fucking, oh god, like I gave them 10 million, like, oh lord, like I can't even get that back now.
Yeah,
like, that just happened.
25% of all their proceeds go into beating children.
Beating children, like all they do is buy baseball bats and they beat children. I'm like, oh, I should have done the research. It was on the fine lining. They beat children, and I gave them $10 million. But like literally, like that's like shit like that, where it's like some companies, they just pocket the money or they don't really use the expenses. So it's like I would have to do so much research. I'll probably like hire somebody for that.
No, yeah, that with that kind of money, you need to hire all sorts of people to like keep an eye on all sorts of stuff.
Bodyguards. We need. If you're a billionaire and you had to hire like 5 people, you had to hire, or like you could only hire, what kind of people would you be hiring?
Chef, bodyguard, massager.
Massager, that's an underrated one. I didn't think of that.
Assistant and cleaner.
That's actually a really good list.
I
think mine would be the same, but I'd probably switch out massager for like, I don't know, chauffeur.
Oh hell! Oh, dude, that's actually a good one.
Like I don't have to do Uber anymore. I could like get dropped off in the Rolls Royce like at a party.
I can like go like drinking, and then 5 a.m. my chauffeur shows up, picks me up.
Exactly. Like that's an ideal life. Like getting picked up, not having to drive anywhere, just sitting in the backseat of a Rolls Royce, looking at the little TV. That's life made.
Dude, so we watched Bling Ring last night, and I did a lot of research about, because it's based on a true story. Bling Ring is a movie that's about these like a group of teenagers who lived in Calabasas, and they basically went around. They robbed a bunch of celebrities' homes, like Paris Hilton, Megan Fox, Orlando Bloom, and because I remember when we were watching the movie, the way that they got into Paris Hilton's house in the movie was they found her keys under the doormat, and I was like, "There's no way that happened in real life." So I looked into it, and it is actually insane. So that is exactly what happened. They found the keys under the doormat, but the reason they decided to rob her was because they apparently their whole idea was that Paris Hilton's really dumb. She probably doesn't lock her doors. And she didn't.
That's so funny.
Her doors were open. They didn't need the key.
Oh my god.
So they just walked in, and then they took like a bunch of her shit. And then they ended up going back to the house like 5 or 6 times with like more groups of people. And they were all just like raiding Paris Hilton's home. And like Paris Hilton didn't really notice. Apparently, they took the keys from under her mat and they like kept it. And then like the main girl, she like had Paris Hilton's house key on her keychain with like the rest of her keys.
Oh my god. That's insane.
But then, like, instead of Paris Hilton, like, doing anything about it, she apparently just changed the locks. But she didn't, like, report it to police. Like, she didn't care.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing with, like, some of these people is, like, they are so rich, like, it's kind of, like, a nuisance to just report it. Like, Paris Hilton has, like, fucking millions of dollars. Like, if she got her fucking bag and a couple clothes taken, like, she's not going to be like, oh, my God, I need to fucking, call the cops and have, like, a fucking lawsuit. She can just buy that shit.
That's what it led to, though, is that they kept going back to her house, and then they like eventually, like, I think somebody found like her like really expensive necklaces and like a whole wad of cash. So they like in one night, apparently at one point they stole $2 million worth of stuff from her.
Oh my god!
Like jewelry and stuff. They like, and it was a bunch of like, And this is the crazy part. They didn't put on any masks. They were not professionals. They were just like
Teens.
high school students. Yeah.
That's
Like
insane.
it's crazy. And I mean, they ended up getting caught. And the Bling Ring it's a very interesting movie. It's a movie that isn't really great, but I loved it. Like there's a lot of things about the movie that suck, but it's so good.
It is really good. We need to have our own Austin Bling Ring, wherein all the streamers go to TwitchCon. We find out their house pads, passcodes, and then go in.
We do the devious lick on Miskiff.
True. Take a box. What's he gonna do? Find me? No. Actually, he does know where we live, but I don't think he's gonna fucking. Actually, I genuinely do think if we took a box from Miskiff, I think like legitimately he'll like fucking crash into our house and like literally like fucking fight all of us.
He would definitely beat the shit out of us. Like he wouldn't kid around with that.
No, I wouldn't blame him. Some of those boxes are like hundreds of thousands of dollars. It literally would be like us robbing Paris Hilton and like $2 million stolen, like robbing Miskiff, $500,000 stolen of like 4 boxes.
That is
crazy.
Like, it's so crazy how I think they also like robbed Lindsay Lohan, and then one of them ended up being in the same jail block as Lindsay Lohan, and then they like, got out of jail, and then they said like, "Oh yeah, I heard Lindsay Lohan cry."
That's insane.
At night, which is just nuts. God, that's such a crazy. Like I was just so fascinated by the story. I think that's why I really love the movie. Is if the movie was about anything else, I would have hated it. It's just that the story was really fascinating, and I was just so into it.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was really good.
That's our movie recommendation of the week, I guess. The Bling Ring.
Bling Ring. Also, watch Spy Mate.
Oh yeah, Spy Mate is legendary.
One of the funniest, best movies of all time.
I'm so glad we watched that.
That was such a funny night.
It really was. I don't know if I've ever laughed that hard in a call before. It was just so like I literally couldn't feel my face.
I think the best 2 viewing experiences we've had were that one. It's been all the times it's been just me, you, and Weston. Mm-hmm. We watched the fucking Spy Mate, and then we watched the fucking nature documentary.
Oh yeah,
on the elephants going in the caves, and that literally has stuck with me to this day. Like, that is still so funny.
For reference, elephants at night, they gather up in groups and they go into caves and then they lick the walls for salt.
They lick the walls and it's like pitch black, and like I was just thinking about like how somebody could be in that cave, pitch black, like going around like doing research or whatever, and there could be like a horde of like elephants just like in there, like blind as bats, like just licking the walls to like figure out where to go.
That insane. Is so funny. Just walking in on that, it feels like you're walking in like on some sort of like dirty secret.
It's crazy.
Somebody asked us to talk about the Valkyrae thing. So basically, Valkyrae had this new kind of face cream, I think sunscreen.
And then she like poured it on orphans.
Yeah, it was really messed up. And then she like defended it on stream. Like she doesn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Weston is Frankie Grande theory. Oh yeah, I watched like a Frankie Grande or Ariana Grande compilation on stream, and I was like, that is literally Weston and Kaylin.
I literally pulled up the stream and right when that happened, and we're like, that is actually really true.
You guys like, saw that?
Yeah, like because I remember you just went live, and I'm like, what is he talking about? And you're watching it. He goes, if Kaylin was like an international superstar, Weston would be Frankie Grande, and Weston's like, that is so true. Like literally, it would be like that.
Oh, that warms my heart that you guys watch my streams on the big screen.
I do, man. I do. I pull them up always.
Oh, that's very sweet. Let's get one last big question in.
Juicy. Okay, you know what? This could be one. If it's like not even an answer, we can move on to another one. But does anyone in your family have a reaction to you breaking the lamp? Like, does anyone know about it?
I showed my mom the clip, and she was like, "That's cool."
Really? She was just like, "That's cool."
Yeah, like she didn't care. And I don't think my grandmother knows. I like disposed of the evidence. I don't know if I'll be long gone by the time that she'll know.
True. Actually, yeah, you're right.
I'll be leaving I'll be leaving the country by then.
That's funny.
People keep saying scary stories. Like I don't have scary stories ready to go. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like we'll like do Halloween stuff next week.
Yeah, next week is mark your calendars. I think next week is gonna be COOLDOG Sunday because it's gonna be the 31st is on Sunday, and it's also the day that I'm moving. But
spooky.
Yeah, next week 31st is gonna be Spooky Dog Sunday. Yes. So you guys prepare for that. We have costumes, and we're gonna have a very special guest who we're not gonna reveal until it's time.
Until it's time.
So
Let's just say he has a couple songs on the top 100.
well, that just gave it away. So
yeah, you're right.
damn it. But
Oops.
we're very excited. It might be our biggest guest yet.
Yeah. So stay tuned.
Keep an eye out for that. And thank you for listening to another episode of Cool Dog.
Woo!
Bruh.
Shaw. Woo!
Bruh.
Boom.
What are your final words?
Bitches. I'm sorry. I'm kidding. Stay tuned for a spectacular Cool Dog.
Yes. All right. Bye, guys.